include almonds, Brazil nuts, cashews, chestnuts, coconuts, hazelnuts, macadamia, peanuts, pecans, pinole nuts, pistachios, and walnuts. The seeds include alfalfa, caraway, chia, clover, cress, fenugreek, flax, poppy, pumpkin, radish, sesame, squash, sunflower. The herbs include basil, bay leaf, celery salt, chervil, cilantro, dillweed, fennel, marjoram, oregano, parsley, peppermint, rosemary, sage, savory, tarragon, and thyme. The spices include allspice, anise, caraway, cardamom, cayenne, chili powder, cinnamon, cloves, coriander, cumin, curry, fennel, 5-spice powder, garlic powder, ginger, kelp flakes, mace, dry mustard, nutmeg, onion powder, paprika, peppercorns, red pepper flakes, saffron, and turmeric. The oils include almond, avocado, canola, corn, flaxseed, hazelnut, olive, safflower, sesame, soy, sunflower, peanut, walnut, and wheat germ. You can easily stock your kitchen with 10 items. The first one would be pots and pans. When purchasing pots and pans, remember that you don't want to purchase anything that's aluminum or copper because the metal can leach into the food if the food is stored or left in there for long periods of time. It's a good idea to purchase stainless steel or cast iron. Le Creuset pots, which are enamel-lined cast iron, are especially good for cooking with. The other thing is your knives. Your knives are the most important thing you're going to have in the kitchen, and you can probably get away with purchasing just 2 knives, a 10-inch blade and a paring knife. I would recommend Wüsthof knives. They're made in Germany, and the rounded handles are the ones that are the most comfortable. The other thing you'll need is a food processor. Cuisinart is always a good one to buy. A blender. Vitamix would be my suggestion for a blender because they're very well made. They don't break easily, and you can also grind flour in them as well as use them for smoothies and salad dressings and things. The other thing would be a citrus juicer for squeezing lemons and oranges, followed by a mini food processor for grinding up spices and seeds and things like this, a wok, and a waffle iron. We're going to make a Caesar salad with an egg-free dressing, and I'm going to start with the croutons. First thing we're going to do is add some olive oil, followed by some pressed garlic, salt, dried parsley, dried basil. I'm going to toss it all together. And put it onto a lightly greased cookie sheet, or you can use parchment paper. And you're going to bake those at 350 for about 10 minutes until they're golden. Next, we're going to make the dressing. We'll start with a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, followed by a 1/4 cup of canola oil. When you're purchasing oils, it's a good idea to purchase mechanically pressed oils as opposed to solvent extracted oils, things that are unrefined and have not been heated. Okay, we'll put in 3/4 of a cup of silken tofu. We have umeboshi plum paste, 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons, a tablespoon of sweet white miso, tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, tablespoon of lemon juice, teaspoon balsamic vinegar, and 1 large clove of garlic chopped up. We've put the croutons in and we've put the dressing in, and now we're going to add the sushi nori on top. And then we have a completely vegetarian Caesar salad. We're going to make a tofu dish which is excellent for breakfast in place of eggs, especially for kids before they go to school, or adults if they're going to have a long day. First thing we're going to do is take 2 pounds of extra firm tofu, wash them, and break it up as if to the consistency of scrambled eggs. Next, we're going to take some toasted sesame oil, about 2 tablespoons. Okay, we're going to put it in the frying pan. We'll also add a few tablespoons of oil. Let's say 1½ tablespoons of oil to this, to the tofu. And we're going to add a 1/4 cup of lecithin granules, which is going to give it a buttery flavor. We have dry mustard, a teaspoon of dry mustard, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric for color to make it look eggy, 1/2 teaspoon celery salt, and 1/2 teaspoon sea salt. When you purchase sea salt, you can either get kosher salt or salt from the health food store, because the salt that you purchase in the regular supermarket has a lot of things other than salt in it. Okay, we're going to mix this thoroughly. Now that we've mixed the tofu together, we're going to cook it. We'll start with a couple tablespoons of toasted sesame oil in a pan. We'll add a 1/4 cup of green pepper and a 1/4 cup of onion. Now, if you don't have, you can use any kind of pepper you want. You can use green pepper, purple pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper. And when the onions and the peppers become translucent, then it's time to add the tofu. And we're going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. After 2 to 3 minutes, the tofu will become cooked, at which time I'm going to add some red hot pepper, which is optional, but I'm going to put it in for color. Incidentally, I serve this at home with bacon and toast in the morning. That was about 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper. And you can garnish it with parsley. And voila, you have completely vegetarian scrambled eggs. We're going to make a pie crust today that has 4 basic ingredients. There's no hydrogenated fat and there's no animal fat. So what you do is you take 3